Hi everyone, welcome to the episode of Squishie Reviews. Today I'm doing a Star Wars Episode 9 spoiler review. Episode 9, also known as The Rise of Skywalker, is the final film in the Skywalker saga. And I can tell you, my dad's been very excited about it. This is a spoiler review, so if you don't think it's been spoiled, stop watching now. Before we get on to the review, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And ring the notification bell to get alerts about my videos. Go on, you know you want to do it. Right then, here we go. Star Wars Episode 9, spoiler review. The usual yellow writing at the start tells us that Emperor Palpatine is still alive. In case you didn't know, he's the bad guy in the first 6 films. We thought Vader killed him in Episode 6 by throwing him down a long tunnel thingy, but obviously he didn't. This sets up the rest of the movie. So I'm going to start with the 2 main characters in this film, Rey and Kylo Ren. Both of them have had very interesting stories till now. With Rey being the new hero, but being tempted to the dark side, and Kylo being the new bad guy and being tempted to the light side. That's just very interesting, isn't it? They also have a connection with each other. In Episode 9, we see how their stories play out. So Rey is now a Jedi apprentice, training under Princess Leia. She's developing her Force skills and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. She's even learned how to use the Force to heal people's injuries. But despite all this, her biggest fear still haunts her, that she will turn to the dark side. And dun, dun, dun! Especially when she accidentally blows up the ship using Force lightning. Yes! Force lightning! Not lightning, Force lightning! This leads us to the big twist for her in the film. We learn that she is the Emperor's granddaughter. Yep, she is Rey Palpatine. Wow. Just wow! I think that this was an unexpected twist. Kylo uses this information to take Rey to the dark side. He tells her that they can rule the galaxy together. So let's talk a bit more about Kylo Ren. He starts the film as the leader of the First Order. He meets the Emperor very early, and the Emperor tells him that he was the mastermind behind everything. He wants Kylo to follow him and do what Kylo's grandfather Darth Vader could not do, but he failed. Because Kylo's story in this film was about redemption. The temptation to bring him back to the light has haunted Kylo for a while. And now we finally see his mum, Princess Leia, bring Kylo back to the light. A memory of his dad, Han Solo, also helps. Kylo Ren is dead, and Ben Solo is back. Kylo is dead and Ben Solo is back. Yes, Kylo is dead and Ben is back. He comes back to the light, and him and Rey work together to defeat the Emperor. Now let's talk a bit about the Emperor. It turns out his plan all along was to have his granddaughter Rey by his side. And when Rey finally meets him at the end of the film, he tries his best to bring her to the dark side. But Ben arrives to help her just in time. We learn that Ben and Rey are a dyad in the Force. This is very rare, but I think it means they share the Force. That would also explain their link. It lets them do really cool things like teleport things, even if they're far, far away from each other. This is shown in a very cool way. When Ben is fighting the Knights of Ren, and Rey, who is no one near him, is able to give him a lightsaber. Cool! The final showdown shows us the Emperor draining all of Ben and Rey's power, and it looks all over for the Jedi. But Rey managed to call on the power of all the previous Jedi to help her and give her strength. It's a great scene where we hear voices of the previous Jedis, such as Master Yoda, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker. The Emperor tries to blast her with Force lightning, but Rey uses Luke and Leia's lightsabers to block it. Oh! Then they're having a battle, seeing who's going to be stronger. Lightning versus lightsabers. The Emperor's like, yeah! And Rey's like, yeah! And then the Emperor says, I am all the Sith. And the Rey looks at him and says, I am that. Not really, I'm just joking. She actually says, I am all the Jedi. Dun, dun, dun! and then she uses the help of all the Jedis to beat the Emperor. It was a bit like the ending of Avengers Endgame, but it was still very cool. The amount of power Rey has to use to beat the Emperor ends up, unfortunately, taking her life. But Ben uses the Force to sacrifice himself and bring Rey back to life. He disappears into the Force, and his redemption is complete. Very emotional stuff. Rey then goes back to Tatooine, where it all began. She wraps up and buries Luke and Leia's lightsabers, and she shows everyone that she's got her own new yellow lightsaber. And it looks very cool. Right, guys, moving on to some of the other main characters in the film. We get some backstory showing Luke and Leia training together in their young days. And we know that Leia also created her own lightsaber. In the current time, Luke appears as a Force ghost to help Rey when she's doubting herself. Leia's main role in this film was to finally bring Kylo back to the light. And in doing this, she uses up all of her energy and ends up dying. Interestingly, her body doesn't disappear straight away, but we find out why. It's only when Ben dies at the end that they both disappear into the Force forever. As for Poe and Finn, they also get further development in this film. We learn that Poe has a slightly shady past, and Finn seems to be showing some sort of link to the Force. Mainly though, they are part of the battle against the Emperor's gigantic fleet. There's another endgame moment when the battle seems to be lost, and suddenly Lando contacts Poe through his AP and announces he's arrived with lots of other ships to help. It's very similar to how all the heroes in Avengers Endgame come back to fight Thanos. On your left, finally the title, Rise of Skywalker. I think this is very clever indeed. The film focuses on Rey and Kylo. It shows Kylo go back to his Skywalker route, and also shows Rey taking on the Skywalker name and announcing that she's now Rey Skywalker. For both main characters, Rise of Skywalker is a very good title. Right then, time for Squishie Stars! I give Star Wars Episode 9 Rise of Skywalker 4.5 Squishie Stars! An excellent end to the Skywalker saga, with lots of fan service as well. I suggest you watch it. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed my Star Wars Episode 9 spoiler review. Hit like if you did. Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. And also don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. Oh, share this with your friends too. Until next time, bye!